Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know it's been a while, it's been like 5-6 days, and I'm sorry about that. However, this video is on level capped enemy destruction using Revenant, and I'm going to focus on the thrax enemies on Cascade. I'm not actually going to be testing this on any level capped enemies. The reason for that, one, I know it works because I use it a lot, and two, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to play this game any more than I already do. So I'm not going to do a level cap. But I do know it works because I used to use this build before they even buffed Revenant, so yeah. I also want to say thank you for all the new subs and stuff. Appreciate you guys very much. However, my schedule will be a lot less frequent now because I'm starting uni on the day this video goes live. So thanks all for the support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Let's get into it. Okay, so for Cascade, this is the setup that I use. I use Revenant, the thrax, the epitaph, and the glaive prime or the serrata if it's corpus enemies, and then I use Madurai to deal with the thrax enemies in their ghost form. Now the thrax, you can use whatever you want. You don't really use the primary weapon very often, if I'm honest. It's just there, so pick whatever you want. The epitaph is going to be my primer, and I'm using a cold viral heat setup. The only important parts really are the viral, however the cold is there to help us reave the enemies, and then obviously the glaive prime or serrata just destroys everything, so yeah. So let's take a look at the Revenant build. Okay, so this is the Revenant build I came up with. It is a pretty generic reave raw setup. Now corrosive projection, I don't suggest using this. It is useful, but you could slot something else if you really wanted to. Now prime continuity is for more duration on our 4, and then pretty much all of this stuff is just based around reave. So you'll cast raw, then you'll reave the target, and they just pretty much die instantly. Now we have rolling guard on this build, and we use rolling guard every time we refresh our mesmer skin. So just before you refresh it, you can roll, cast it, and you will be invincible during the cast animation, so it's pretty fine. Now Molt Augmented is not actually necessary, however it helps you scale to level cap a lot easier, because obviously more kills, more strength means more damage. That's just how it is. So yeah, that's it basically. And so here's the epitaph build. As you can see, viral heat and then cold is on this thing by default. So the auger mods are for extra shield gating, and then this is literally just loads of status and multi-shot is pretty much all it is. Zero former of course, and yeah, that's about it. And then here's the glaive build. Remove the ribbon and put gladiator might, and then the serrata build is exactly the same. I also recommend putting a decaying dragon key in your gear wheel so that your shields are greatly reduced. So as you can see with my mesmer skin up, all these enemies shooting at me do literally no damage at all, and then when I want to cast my 2 again, I just roll, cast, and I'm still invincible. So yeah, that's how you use Revenant. Now to deal with the thrax enemies, we're going to cast raw, prime with the epitaph, go through them and then back, and as you can see they die. Now at the lower levels like 150, you probably won't even need raw on this setup. However, when you get to level cap in the thousands, you are 100% going to need raw on this setup. Otherwise, you just won't do enough damage at all. And if you die, you'll start to notice the Molt Augmented stacks really do help you. So to maximize the damage we do this sort of U-turn setup, where we go through them, and then back through them, and it hits them like twice in one reave, which ends up doing more damage, obviously. Because the first shot sometimes leaves their overguard on like 1 HP for whatever reason, and if you don't hit them again, you're not going to kill them. So yeah, that's basically all it is. Quick piece of trivia about Void Cascade. The arcane drops are actually affected by mod drop chance boosters you get from the sortie. So if you ever get one of those, get a squad together and farm up some arcanes, because they sell for a decent amount of platinum. I also think that Void Cascade is one of the only interesting modes in the game. It's at least something to do, because there's not really much interesting content in the game. It's just the same old trash, to be honest. For some extra bonus points, here's some other builds you can use for Cascade. Here is an Octavia build, if Octavia is your cup of tea. I'm using Seeking Shuriken to strip the Thrax armor, so that the mallet does a lot more damage to them. Arcane Energize is pretty much necessary on this build, otherwise you will run out. And Nullifier is so that the Thrax enemies cannot steal all of your energy when they hit you. If they hit you, that is. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this video. Hopefully someone will find it useful. I don't really know what to upload if I'm being honest, but yeah, peace out. Catch you guys later.